दादू बहुत देर से आंख बंद किए हुए बैठे हैं।
चुप करके बैठ।
Beatrice?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know what these are?
Lilies.
Fragrant lilies. Would you like to eat dinner with fragrant lilies in the room?
Yes.
Well, then you're insane.
You would have noticed this behavior in multiple movies that we consume. Movies which are seemingly focused on an ambitious female protagonist making her own liberated decisions or fighting the unjust system. Yet, the same movies reflect how these progressive protagonists disrespect working class individuals or look at them as only objects meant to serve them. In this Culture Stop video, we try and analyze this trope and understand the problems associated with it. Let us take a look at some movies and focus on the dynamics between the upper class individuals and the working class individuals.
Lutera. At least for the first half of Lutera, Paki Roy Chaudhary has been accepted by upper class viewers as the happy-go-lucky girl who means no harm. However, at the beginning of the movie itself, she compels the driver to let her drive and then, due to her irresponsibility, causes an accident. Paki then falsely puts the blame on the driver and the movie portrays the entire incident as a matter of laughter, while Paki throws tantrums masked by lies and the driver has to bow in subordination. There is no empathy portrayed for his situation. Wake Up Sid and Thappad. Aisha Banerjee in Wake Up Sid doesn't welcome the domestic worker inside her flat or offer him water or a seat, but instead closes the door on his face. Chotu stands outside carrying a carton of mangoes, the favorite of Sid, and to be consumed by him. In Thappad, the domestic worker Sunita starts to confide in Amrita about the domestic abuse she faces and how she could not even sleep for a minute at night due to the same. Amrita asks about it, saying, "What is the new item now?" Sunita's account has societally conditioned belittlement of her own self, and in response, her employer Amrita doesn't even pause to hear the heart-rending incidents, but rather chuckles, calls Sunita dramatic and asks her to cook. While both Sunita and Amrita are wronged, the plot does not pause for Sunita.
Charulata. In an interview of his, Satyajit Ray had emphasized on Indian noblemen being useless people. And in multiple movies, Ray has portrayed how, for the upper class, education and independence are meant only for themselves. For example, in Charurata, Ray reflects on how even as Charu is becoming learned, she continues rebuking the elderly domestic worker employed at her house.
Ghare Baire. In Ghare Baire, the workers look meekly while sitting on the ground, while the upper class woman Bimla Chaudhary walks above after being granted access beyond the women's quarters.
Love stories. In love stories, even as the upper class woman speaks about computer programming and how the male gaze considers women incompetent in the same, the upper class couple continues to politely position the domestic worker in her hierarchical place, even as the man hides the sexual relations he has shared with the domestic worker. Over the years, this portrayal has occupied our screens. It has been accepted and normalized and is not even questioned. In the minds of upper class viewers and critics, the marginalized domestic workers exist only in their service to the privileged and are never represented as individuals with their own independent or intersecting journeys. The names of these workers are invisibilizing, and their existence is limited to the mere extraction of physical labor from them. International Labour Organization estimates the number of domestic workers in India to be between 20 to 80 million. In this context, filmmakers need to focus on humanizing the struggles of the working class, and viewers and critics need to engage with art more constructively.